So I'd like to invite you first, before we talk and chat, to try this pranayama, which is Nadi Shodhana, which is a balancing breath. The nadis are the energy channels running through the body and is also known as alternate nostril breathing, and it balances the energy on the left and the right sides of the body, the sun and the moon energies, if you like. And it cleanses the body and infuses it with oxygen. So it also re-centers you and rebalances you. It's a really good exercise to do, a good practice to do daily. And my teacher in India, actually, he recommends that personally I should do this every day, several rounds of this every single day. One of the things I'm going to pose a question to you at the end of this bit is, what self-care practice might you be able to commit to? What additional self-care practice might you consider committing to from today? And this is going to be the one that I commit to. I'm going to commit to Nadi Shodhana as a pranayama exercise every day. I'd like to say I'll do it more than one session in a day, but to start with, I think I'll commit to it once a day. So I'd like to introduce you to this. So to start, you need to be seated, and it's fine if you're on a seat or on the ground, on the mat, that's fine. Best if your hips are raised. So if you are sitting on the mat, sit on a cushion or rolled up blankets, and the spine is long, so the body is tall. You're lifting a little through the body. So you've got a little bit of strength through the core just so that you can lift, as though there's a thread through the centre of the body pulling you upwards and keeping the spine long. And then I won't mirror because I need to use my right hand. So the left hand, you might want to just sit on the other knee or take a chin mudra, but that's your choice. The right hand, take the index finger and the middle finger. Let's see how you can see it best. The index finger and the middle finger. And you'll find the best way for you, but the way I do it is placing them on the forehead, at the point between the two eyebrows. And then you've got your thumb and your ring finger and little finger. So your ring finger and little finger act as one, and your thumb acts as one. So that you'll be able in that position to alternately put your thumb over your right nostril and close it, or put your ring finger over your left nostril and close it. So it just gently rests on a nostril as we close it. Now, some people prefer to have their fingers bent and further down. I just find it easier to literally place the fingertips on the forehead, and it gives me the movement. If you really struggle, you can use alternate hands, but it's more comfortable using one hand, and it's somehow easier to work out which is right and left when you stick to using one hand. Or I find it easier working out which is right and left. So we start with the fingers at the centre and closing the right nostril with the thumb. Inhaling through the left nostril, letting go of the right and closing the left nostril with the ring finger and little finger. Exhaling through the right nostril and inhaling again. Then switching, closing the right nostril, exhaling through the left and inhale. Switch, exhale and inhale. Switch, exhale and inhale. So you exhale and inhale on each side, and your speed may be different. So you switch, then exhale and inhale. So I'm going to stop speaking and let you do it at your speed. for a few rounds. You may wish to close your eyes or soften them. And next time you exhale through the left nostril, let go of the practice. And release your hands. Keep your gaze soft or your eyes closed. And just notice how you feel. And we're going to do that again just for a few more rounds. So when you switch, we start each time by closing the right nostril, inhaling through the left. And then each time you switch, you exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale. But this time at your own speed. Next time you exhale through the left nostril, let it go. And just notice how you feel. And staying in that position, I'm just going to guide you through a short meditation. So adjusting yourself to be comfortable if you wish, but preferably sitting still with a long spine. Soften or close your eyes and breathe through the nose. And take your attention to the breath as it enters your nose. And notice that space which is external and that which is internal. You may notice a slight sensation of the breath as it crosses that threshold. Try to exhale fully, smoothly, and completely. Then take your attention a little higher inside of the nose, where it may be warmer and the air has been warmed by the hair and the blood supply in the nose. Beware of the breath, be aware of the breath as it passes through that cavernous area. And notice the temperature shift, or imagine it. And try to exhale slowly, smoothly, and completely. Then take your attention to the back of the throat, where the air has come through the nose from the outside world and moves back down the throat on its way to the lungs. And visualize that movement there, or even tune into that sensation. Try to exhale slowly, smoothly, and completely. Then take your attention to the lungs themselves and notice how they expand with the breath. the breath that has travelled from the outside world through the nose, down the back of the throat. Notice the movement as the lungs fill with that air. Try to exhale slowly, smoothly, and completely. Now take your attention to the third eye, that point between the eyebrows where you rested your fingertips. Visualize the breath as though you're breathing right in through the third eye, bringing prana, energy and life force into your body. Try to exhale slowly, smoothly, and completely. And then just let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Let your awareness return to the room. And as you're ready, open your eyes. So welcome back to this part of the practice. We have quite a restorative practice here. There is some movement to begin with. Warm our bodies a little to start with, but everything is low down and on the mat. The highest you come is to seated. So you may want a bolster or cushions or pillows or blanket, various things that just will make it comfy. You can even roll up a duvet or something if you haven't got anything like that. And we're going to start back in our self-care pose. So wrapping the arms around each other and just reminding ourselves about that self-talk. And as we discussed in the last session, that talking to ourselves as we would our higher self, the positive person who is always positive about us, a close friend, somebody important to us, even if that person is within our own mind, even a pet, a cat, even a cat or a dog, anybody or thing which would see us in the most positive light. And I do like that idea of our higher self, who shows unconditional positive regard, as we would to our own child. Now I invite you to then come and lie down on the mat again in Shavasana, stretching out, your arms down by your side, and just notice how you feel even compared to the practice this morning. Notice your breath and notice your body. And on an inhale, take the arms up and overhead, coming into a full body stretch. Maybe flexing the feet, maybe flexing through the feet but stretching through the fingertips. Stretch, 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 and then soften. And do that again. Stretch, 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 and soften. And bring your knees into your chest, back in Apanasana. And just have a little rock side to side, noticing how your body shifts on the mat. And just noticing how you're wanting to move. Just checking everybody's okay. And drop the knees over to the left and have a very gentle twist, stretching out the arm to the right. We're just reminding our body that it's done some movement today, keeping it supple before we sink into some longer poses. And bring the arm back. Push the knees through center and drop them over to the other side. Sinking the arms out across the mat. And notice if it feels easier to open the body up in this way this afternoon compared to this morning. Bring the arm back and then push again back to centre. And just circle the knees again however you wish. Warming through those hip joints just a little. And then gently rock or push back up to seated. Just for a few minutes. We're going to have flower and candle breath. So what we're really doing is trying to extend the exhale. And when we extend the exhale, we just support an increase in parasympathetic activity and bring more calm. So flower and candle. We have an imaginary flower. And through the nose, we're going to smell the flower. And we have an imaginary candle. And slowly we're going to blow that candle out through the mouth. So the flower, try smelling the flower to a count of 3. And blowing out the candle to a count of 4. You can carry on using your hands, but you don't have to. Inhaling to a count of 3. And exhaling to a count of 5. If it becomes too long for you, stick it shorter, but always make the exhale longer than the inhale. It might be 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6. Let's try 3 and 6 together. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling for 6. And again, at your own speed. Your count might be faster or slower. Try 3 and 6. And either stay there or try 4 and 8. And do that once more. 3 or 6 or 4 and 8. Allow your breath just to follow its natural rhythm. Notice any shift in your nervous system. If it feels calm, if it's not pleasant for you, then go back to an earlier ratio. But just breathe naturally for a few breaths. And then try 3 more breaths with an extended exhale. And imagine the flower and candle if that's easier for you. So choosing your ratio, even 2 and 4, 3 and 6, 4 and 8. Two more. And last one. And let the practice go. Notice your body. Scan from the tips of your toes, through your legs, through your belly and chest, your arms and head. And just notice how you feel. And gently come back to lying on the mat. Bringing the knees back into the chest. And just letting the body settle here. Then take both feet flat to the mat. Arms down by your sides or on the belly, just wherever's comfortable for them. And then with your right foot, push into the mat. So it's only a small movement, but you might feel your pelvis tilt a little. And then gently let it go. And again, the right foot, push into the mat so you're activating through that right leg. And notice the little shifts in movement. That right buttock might come off the mat a little. And let it come down. And one more. Push with the foot into the mat. Feel that activation through the whole leg. And notice the shift in movements at the hip joint itself as the pelvis tilts just a little. And let it slowly come back down. And just pause and notice. And then push into the left foot. Push into the mat through the whole of the left foot. Feel the activation in the left leg. And notice your pelvis lift a little on the left side. And then let it ease back down. Softening. Push into the mat. Activating through the leg. And then allowing it to soften and relax. One more. Push into the mat. Noticing that pelvis tilts and that left buttock lift from the mat. And let it lower down. And just pause and notice. Notice how your body responds to the alternation in activation and relaxation. And if after you activate, it softens a little more. Take your hands down by your sides, palms facing down. And keep your knees bent and your feet flat. You might want to take your feet a little wider so your knees can drop inwards a little. And push into the ground with your right hand. Activating through the arm. So your right shoulder might lift a little. And then soften and release it. Push into the ground again. Activating through the whole of the arm. Notice how there's a shift across the shoulders. And then let it go. And pushing the hand a third time into the ground. Activating through the whole arm. You might even feel a bit of tremor through the arm. And release and let it go. And just pause. Compare one arm to the other. Notice if it feels different. And swap sides. So pushing with the left hand into the mat or the ground. Activating through the arm. Getting a little bit of tilt in the shoulders. And release it and let it go. Pushing with the left hand into the mat so you can feel that activation from the fingertips and right through the whole arm. So you get the shoulder lifting away just a little. And let it go. And one more. Push in and lift and release, and just allow the whole body to soften, still in the same position. Comparing one side of the body to the other and notice how they feel. Then do both feet, both hands, pushing and activating down into the mat, and then softening. And pause. Pushing the feet, you might even as you've pushed the feet, push the lower back into the mat so you tilt the pelvis a little. Push the hands and feel the shoulder blades or across the shoulder blades move into the mat. Notice the different movements in your body as you do this. And soften and relax. And one more. Push both feet, both hands, the lower back into the mat. Activating and then letting go. Pause. Just stretch out both legs and maybe turn your palms upwards and just pause and notice how you feel. Notice any changes in sensations or energy through the body. And then bend the right leg again and put the right foot flat, but keep the left leg out. And flex at the foot and activate the whole of that left leg. Flexing through the foot, activating through the whole leg. And release it and let it go. Flex the foot, activate through the leg. Release it and let it soften. And once more, flex the foot, activate it. Flex and all through the leg. Soften and let it go. Swap sides, so bend the left leg, have the foot flat and stretch out the right leg. Flex the foot and activate the whole leg. And release it, letting it go. Flex the foot and activate through the whole leg. And let it go. One more. Flex the foot, activate through the whole leg. And gently release it and let it go. And let both legs stretch out. And take your arms higher, span them right out. And you can choose whether you want to have the palms up or down. We're going to start with the left hand and stretch the palm wide, activating in this full stretched out position. And soften. Flex the fingers if you wish and then stretch them out wide, activating through the whole arm. And soften. And one more. Stretch out through the fingers, activate through the arm. And let it go. Just pause and notice. Notice if your arm feels different on one side to the other. And switch to the other arm. Stretch out the fingers, activate through the whole arm. And let it go. Stretch through the whole hand and the arm, activating the muscles and letting go. And last one, spread through the fingertips, activate the whole arm and let it go. Take your legs a little wider so you're in a star shape, and activate arms and legs, flexing at the feet if you wish and stretching out the fingertips. And notice here that you are taking up space. You are being seen as you are now in this moment. Activate the arms and their legs, pushing out and taking up as much space as you can. And then soften. And again, stretch out arms and legs fully and completely. And soften. Last one. Stretch out and take up space. Be seen here. Be seen and greeted by your higher self with that positivity, and find that positive self-talk. And soften. And gently pull your knees back into your chest and just rock a little bit side to side. I'm sorry, I'm going to just have to turn on my heater again. It's the downside of being in a shed. And here with your knees into your chest, take your arms right round your knees if that's comfortable. If not, just have them loosely. And let your knees rock a little to the right as your head moves to the left. Then slowly take your knees to the left and your head to the right. Slowly take your knees to the right and your head to the left. Slowly to the opposite side. And just do a couple more each side. And just notice if your body likes that. Notice if your body prefers your head to stay at the same side, or if it actually enjoys the sensation. And then just come to stillness and stretch out your legs again, coming back into that fully stretched out Shavasana. And just notice how you feel. Pausing here, sinking into the mat. Then very gently either rock or push up again to a seated position and have your cushions or bolsters. Now I'm in the luxurious position of having 2 bolsters, so I'll have one at either side, but it's fine to swap sides. Just getting yourself, letting the blood pressure settle. So when you come up to a seated position, you've been lying for a while, you can feel a little lightheaded. So find yourself in a comfortable position. If you wish, you can still sit on a cushion and raise your hips. It's up to you. And I'll mirror here. So stretching out the right leg and bringing the left leg in. It doesn't matter how far away it is. You want your bolster or cushion on the right side. That's it. So your right leg is stretched out and your cushion is on the right side. If you haven't, you can pull your cushion as close to you as you wish. If you haven't got a cushion but you're near a sofa or something, or a table, you can use that. And we're just going to take a gentle supported side bend here. So your right arm is down onto your cushion however you want it. You can be really low down, but you can be high up. Inhale and sweep the arm up and over, sinking into a side bend. Now, if it's not comfortable for you to keep your arm up, you can take it down. Find the position that's right for you. And just try and sink and soften a little here. Allow yourself to be supported by your cushion or bolster or pillow. Remember to take your arm down if that's more comfortable for you. With every inhale, maybe open the ribs a little more, feel a little bit more stretch. And every exhale, sink and soften. And breathe. Then slowly push yourself back up and just pause at the center and swap sides. So you might need to move your bolster over. I've got two now. Stretching out your left leg, bringing in your right foot and taking your cushion or bolster as you wish and taking the bend to the other side. So inhaling up and over. Sinking into that supported side bend. And breathe. With every inhale, try and find a little bit of extra length. And with every exhale, soften a little more. And then slowly bring your arm back up and over. We do move slowly because when you stay in a pose a few breaths longer, it can make you feel a bit more dizzy, especially if you're susceptible to that. And sit with your legs out and staff pose, Dandasana, so nice and tall. But you can take your cushion or bolster across your thighs, not really across your knees. You don't want to squish your knees and hyperextend them. But we're taking a forward bend here. So inhale and lift the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. And it doesn't matter how much you bend your knees, and you hinge only as far as is right for you. And then sink over your cushion. Lovely. And breathe. Noticing the shifts in sensation, and where it feels good in your body, and where it may feel more like a challenge, and move a little if it's too challenging. You want it to feel good. And as you inhale, you may be able to lengthen a little more. And as you exhale, you may be able to soften a little more. And breathe. And very gently push yourself back up to seated. You can stay sitting that way around. I'll turn and face you. We're coming into butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to drop out. Now, some people are more open at the hips than others. I love butterfly because my hips are quite open, but if yours aren't, you can have cushions under or blocks under your knees. And you can also have your feet as far away or as close as you wish, just depending on what feels good. If you have a spare bolster, you can have it in front of you, so you can fold down over it. Inhale and lift through the chest, and exhale and fold, hinging at the hips, folding down just as far as is right for you. It's one of my favourite poses, and we're coming to a second version of it in a little while. Allowing your head to sink onto your cushion or bolster if you wish. And with an inhale, see if you can find a little bit more length through your spine. And with an exhale, finding more softness in your body. Lovely. And here you can even try that breath, smelling the flower and blowing out the candle, inhaling to 2 and out to 4, or in for 3 and out for 6, or even 4 and 8. So just have a couple of breaths here with the extended exhale. And you might notice it helps you sink a little further and soften just a little more. And take your hands to the floor and slowly walk them so that you push yourself back up. And take your bolster to the left side of your hip. So cushion or bolster to the left side. You're bending the knees and the feet are going towards the right. So your knees are sort of pointing forwards or a little bit to the left. And you can have as much cushioning as you want here. Sorry, I've got a tie under my legs. So inhale and lift through the chest. And as you exhale, turn the body towards your cushions or bolster, so there's a bit of a twist. Then inhale and lift through the chest. And exhale, walk your hands either side of the cushion or bolster, folding down over it, facing. At the moment, your nose is facing your bolster, and you can turn your head to face the front so that you're not twisted. We'll do it here this way first, and then turn the head to the back. So find a comfortable position for your head, and just sink into the bolster, or pillow, or cushion, or blankets. Remembering that positive self-talk and that curiosity and delicacy that we can treat ourselves with. Maybe extending the exhale a little here. And just allow yourself to sink and soften. With every exhale, try and soften just a little more. And you can stay here, or you can turn your head the opposite direction. So very gently increasing the twist a little, turning your head the opposite way. Finding the position that's best for you. And sinking just a little more. And extending the exhale if you wish. And just a few more breaths here. And then gently pushing into the mat and turning the head back to look at the bolster. Walking your hands so you push yourself back up very gently and swapping your cushion to the opposite side. Bringing the bolster right up to the hips. Inhale and lift through the chest. Exhale and turn. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Walking your hands either side. And then as you get down, turning your head to the front to rest on the bolster. And with every exhale, try and sink a little more. Notice how your body's responding. And if you find your mind wandering, just bring your attention back to your breath. Notice if you're actually holding yourself quite tense. And if you can soften again a little more. Just a few more breaths here. And then gently either stay there or lift the head and turn it the opposite way to increase the twist. Sinking a little bit more. And noticing how you respond. Coming back to the exhale and just extending it a little. Blowing out that candle. Just a few more breaths here. And gently pushing into the mat, turning your head, walking your hands so that you come back up. Gently, gently, just resetting. And then coming to a tabletop. But have your cushions or bolster between your legs so that when you come into tabletop, it's right underneath you. So cushions or bolsters are right underneath you as you are in tabletop. And then walk the hands forwards about 3 hands and shift your body forwards so that you're in a sort of supported half plank. So we were in a half plank earlier, but your body is resting on the cushions or bolster. Inhale here. Lift through the chest. And then as you exhale, sink all the way back to child's pose over the bolster. Come forward and slide the hands forward again, coming into that supported plank. Lifting through the chest. And then exhale and slide back into supported child's pose. And one more. Come forward, slide the hands forward into that supported plank. And then sink back into your child's pose. And just stay here for a few breaths. Extending the exhale a little if you wish. You may wish to turn your head on one side for a few breaths. And letting your body surrender and be supported, trusting that the earth is supporting you. And if your head's on one side, you might wish to turn it to the other side. And just noticing how it feels to sink into the earth, surrendering to that support. Just a few more breaths here. And then pull your bolster to one side of the mat and lie down once again in Shavasana. Have your bolster on your left side and a good hand width, a good span away from your hip. So lying down on the mat, stretching out, and your bolster or cushions a good hand span away. So if your bolster's on the left, bend your right knee and take your right foot to your left knee. Take your left hand to your right knee and encourage it across the body, and your knee should fall onto the cushion or bolster. Find a comfortable position for your left arm. It might be under your head. And you can either stay here or you can stretch that upper right arm out into a supported twist. But you might just want to stay on your side in this supported position. Sinking into the earth. Extending the exhale if you wish. Being fully supported. Being cared for. Just a few more breaths here. Very gently roll to your back and swap your bolster to the opposite side. Make sure there's a hand span difference, a gap between you and the bolster. Stretch out your right leg. Take your left foot, bending the knee, take your left foot to your right knee. Right hand to your left knee, encouraging that knee across the body so that it drops onto the bolster. Finding a comfortable position for that right arm and either opening into a supported twist or staying there in that supported position on your side. And just soften into the mat. Taking a few more breaths here. With every exhale, sinking just a little more. And gently come back to center and just bring your knees into your chest for a moment. And pull your cushion or bolster so that it's at the bottom of your hips. So it's just at the bottom of your sit bones. And take the soles of the feet together and let your legs drop over the bolster in a kind of supported butterfly. So the soles of the feet are together, the knees drop open but onto your cushion or bolster, if that's comfortable for you. And you might wish to take your arms out to cactus or have them just by your sides or even rest them on your belly. And just sink into the mat for a few breaths here. With every inhale, just notice your body a little bit more. And with every exhale, sink and soften. Now, as you're ready, we're going to stretch out into supported Shavasana, which means that the bolster will be under your knees. Now, if you have a blanket you want to pull over you, please do so now. You can pull the blanket onto you if you wish. Get anything extra that will keep you comfortable and warm. Have a little sip of a drink if you wish to, because you'll be lying down in this supported position through the Yoga Nidra. The practice of Yoga Nidra requires you to listen, to hear, to feel. Yoga Nidra is not sleep. You will stay awake in this practice, but you will become deeply relaxed. It is yogic sleep with trace awareness, a state of consciousness between being awake and asleep. In this practice, you can lie however you wish. If you prefer to sit in a chair, please do. We'll find a sankalpa. A sankalpa is a heartfelt resolve, an intention from the heart, stated and repeated in positive language. It could be an affirmation, just such as, I am calm, I am safe, I am contented. It could even be, I will be positive, I will be kind to myself. It can be anything which is meaningful to you and achievable, but something that you would like in your life. So let's get ready for the practice of Yoga Nidra. If you're in Shavasana, have your arms either relaxed by your sides, slightly away from your body, and the palms up, or if you prefer, let them fall on your belly. Make any final adjustments to your clothing, your position and your props, your cushions, your bolster, your blanket. Have them so that you are comfortable, so you can practice Yoga Nidra being as still as possible. And soften your gaze or close your eyes. There will be some focus on letting go. When we let go of control and surrender, the control of something in our life, we make room for events to unfold. We begin by letting go. We are going to try and let go. Relax purposefully. Breathe in, and then each time you breathe out, let go a little more. Letting go of expectations, of anything which no longer serves you, of self-doubt, anything that you need to let go. With every exhalation, let go a little more. Try to stay still in the practice, but if movement is needed, that's okay too. This practice is time to forget all of your worries, your problems, your difficulties. It is time to let go of anything which you wish to. Repeat to yourself in your mind, I choose to remain awake and aware throughout the practice of Yoga Nidra. Start to notice the sounds you can hear outside of the room. There may be cars on the road, birds, voices. Listen. Then bring your awareness closer to the room and the space around you. Notice the space around where you are lying down and be aware of how you are lying. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe in, feel coolness and calmness spreading through your body. And as you breathe out, feel any cares and worries flowing out of your body, flowing out of your mind. Let them go. Unlocking the tongue, letting go of tension in the jaw, relaxing the arms, letting go of tension in the hips, relaxing the legs. Take some deep breaths and let them go slowly. With each exhalation, let go and relax as the head and the body become heavy, sinking into the floor. Say to yourself, I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. The eyes are closed and the body is relaxed. Your mind is letting things go. The body is letting things go. Now within your mind, state your sankalpa, your heartfelt resolve, the intention you have for this practice, stated in positive language. Repeat your sankalpa, your intention, your resolve, feeling the words as you say them, believing them, connecting with them. Repeat your sankalpa 3 times in your mind. As you breathe in, feel breath fill your body. And as you breathe out, feel yourself letting go. We will now begin the rotation of consciousness throughout the entire body, beginning at the right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, lower arm, the elbow, upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the right side, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the right knee, the calf, ankle, heel, top of the right foot, sole of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now shift your awareness to the left hand side. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the left hand, back of the hand, wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the left side, the waist, the left hip, left thigh, left knee, the left calf, the ankle, heel, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now move your awareness to the back of the body. Feel the back of your head, the back of the neck, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, right heel, left heel. Awareness of the back of the body, awareness of the front of the body. Now to the top of the head, the forehead, the right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, the whole of the nose, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together. Feel the chin, the neck and the throat, across the right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, the middle of the chest, moving down to the navel, the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen. Feel the whole of the head, the whole body, the whole of the head and the whole body, the whole of the head and the whole body. Have awareness of the whole body lying here, bringing your awareness to the points of contact between the body and the floor, starting with the top of the body, the head and the floor, the back and the floor, the right hand and the floor, the left hand and the floor, the right elbow and the floor, the left elbow and the floor, the buttocks and the floor, the back of the legs and the floor, the heels and the floor. The whole body is on the floor. Become aware of your body lying on the floor. Your body is lying on the floor. See your body lying on the floor in this room. Feel the breath flow in and out of your lungs. Do not try and change it. There is no effort. Just notice. Maintain awareness of your breath. Complete awareness of breath. Now concentrate your awareness on the movement of your navel area. concentrate on your navel movement. Your belly is rising with every inhale and falling with every exhale. With each breath, it expands. With each breath out, you can let go. Let go of whatever you need to. With each breath out, you can let go. Awareness of breathing. Breathing and awareness. Now start counting your breaths backwards from 27 to 1. 27, belly rising. 27, belly falling, letting go. 26, belly rising. 26, belly falling, letting go. 25, belly rising. 25, belly falling, letting go. And carry on, saying the numbers and the words mentally to yourself as you count your breaths. If you make a mistake, simply return to 27 and begin again. Belly rising, belly falling, letting go. Belly rising, belly falling, letting go. Now stop counting the navel breath and shift your awareness to your chest. With each breath in, it expands. With every breath out, you can let go of whatever you need to. Start counting your breaths backwards from 27 to 1. 27, chest rising. 27, chest falling, letting go. 26, chest rising. 26, chest falling, letting go. 25, chest rising. 25, chest falling, letting go. Repeating the words and numbers to yourself as you count. Try not to make any mistakes, but if you do, just return to 27 and begin again. Chest rising, chest falling, and letting go. Chest rising, chest falling, letting go. Now let go of the numbers. Bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, holding your attention there. And allow your mind to be guided by this voice. Visualize yourself sitting in a field. The sunshine is warm on your face. The grass beneath is soft and cool. Your feet are bare. You have a small towel in your hand. You see a pathway leading through the field, so you push yourself gently to standing. Slowly you follow the track, leading over to the edge of the field. You notice the grass beginning to thin and the ground becomes sandy under your toes. You pass over a rise in the track, through sand dunes. Through the dunes in front of your journey, it opens onto a beach. It is long and wild and empty. There is a breeze coming from the water. Feel it move your hair. Feel the breeze on your face. You make your way over the sand. It's golden. It is warm. You feel it change in texture under your feet. As you draw closer to the water's edge, it is firmer. You feel your feet sink, and behind you, your footprints show your path. You place your towel on the sand and look at the water and take steps to the edge. As gentle waves roll in, the cool water of the sea washes over your feet. Notice the rolling waves rushing to the shore. You move deeper into the water, letting it support you with its buoyancy. You allow yourself to float just a little. As the sea moves in and out towards the beach, you know you can let go. You can let go of anything you need to. You feel your body move with the water. Feel yourself letting go of whatever you need to. Slowly you make your way back to shore. You step out of the water back to the beach. The sun is warm on your skin again. The breeze is cool. You pick up your towel and wrap it around you. Feel the softness of the towel. You know you can let go. You can let go of anything you need to. Slowly you walk across the sand, back to the dunes, back to the pathway, and back across the field to where you began. Make your way back. Come back to awareness of your breath, easy and soft, naturally flowing, your easy breath. Now think back to your sankalpa, your heartfelt resolve. Repeat your sankalpa with absolute faith and awareness. Repeat your sankalpa 3 times in your mind. Allow it to plant the seed of your intention, your resolve. Now become aware of your body, your whole body, your whole body. Bring your attention to the natural breath, your quiet breath, your natural breath. bring your attention back to your body, lying in Shavasana. Start to become aware of your surroundings, listening to the sounds outside of the room. Notice what you hear. Be aware of sounds a little closer by. Take a long and slow, deep breath in. Become aware of your relaxed body as you exhale, letting the breath go. Just stay here for a little longer. Become aware of your fingers and your toes. Maybe you will make a few small movements. Maybe you'll roll onto your right side. Stay comfortable, aware of your body, aware of how you are feeling right now. Yoga Nidra is now complete. Take some gentle stretches. Maybe take a full body stretch once again. Maybe bring the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Take any additional movements that you need. Your mind and body are rested, and Yoga Nidra is complete. As you are ready, gently bring yourself back to a seated position, back to where we began. And I invite you to bring one hand to your heart and one to your belly. And as you're ready, take an inhale and an exhale. Drop the hands to the mat. Let's sweep them overhead. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale and release. And one more. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale and release. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to pause the recordings and chat to the Zoomies.